Good morning, Bhante.
Good morning. You can see the screen?
Yes, Bhante.
Okay.
It's in Pali.
It's in Sinhalese.
Okay. Today we are going to talk on this discourse called Exhortation, or encouraging the monastics. This
Bhante, it is in Sinhalese.
huh?
The text is on the screen is in Sinhalese, Bhante.
Okay, let me see. What can I do with this now? Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Let me see what happened.
Yeah, Bhante, you may want to select the screen again and select the screen which shows the English version.
Right.
Which select Bhante? Go here. Sharing? No, not this one. Let me see again, Bhante. Here. Select the English. Where
Okay, let me see this one now.
is it the English one?
Can you see it now?
Maybe
No, Bhante.
which one? The English?
Is it right now?
Yes, we see the English now.
Okay. Now, as I said, this discourse is particularly meant for monastics, and yet it is good for people to know what kind of things that Buddha has spoken for bhikkhus, what he wanted them to know. And that is actually timeless teaching. Let me start the discourse as you see it on the screen. At Rajagha in Bamboo Grove, the Buddha was living at Rajagha in Bamboo Grove. Then the Venerable Mahakassapa approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, and sat down to one side. The Blessed One then said to him, this is the part we have to understand very clearly to see the nature of the Buddha and Mahakassapa. Exhort the bhikkhus, Mahakassapa, give them the Dhamma talk. Either I should exhort the bhikkhus, Kassapa, or you should. Either I should give them a Dhamma talk, or you should. Now, Buddha was the fully enlightened one, and yet he put Kassapa on the same pedestal as the Buddha, saying that either I should exhort bhikkhus or give Dhamma talk to them, or you should exhort them and give Dhamma talk to them. So then the Venerable Mahakassapa said, Venerable Sir, bhikkhus are difficult to admonish now, and they have qualities which make them difficult to admonish. They are impatient and not accept instructions respectfully. Now, Mahakassapa is an elderly monk, fully enlightened, exactly like the Buddha. All the qualities that the Buddha had, Mahakassapa had. And then he found out the problem with the bhikkhus. And when the Buddha asked him to encourage bhikkhus and give Dhamma talks, he said this: bhikkhus are difficult to admonish now. They are impatient, they don't want to listen. Then Buddha said, Buddha approved it. And Buddha treated Mahakassapa like his own friend. Just so Kassapa in the past, elder bhikkhus were forest dwellers and spoke in praise of forest dwelling. They were alms fruit eater and spoke in praise of alms fruit eating alms fruit. They were rag robe wearers and spoke in praise of wearing rag robes. They were triple robe users and spoke in praise of triple robes. And they were of few wishes and spoke in praise of few wishes, fewness of wishes. They were content and spoke in praise of contentment, and they were secluded and spoke in praise of solitude. They were aloof from society and spoke in praise of aloofness from society. They were energetic and spoke in praise of arousing energy. These are, most of them are the ascetic practices. In Pali, they are called dhutanga. And some monks are selected to practice ascetic practices. And they like to live in forest, just like sometimes Buddha also retired to forest. You can, if he were not in a monastery, he was under a tree. After his day's meal, he would go to the forest. And he loves forest. And even the monks, he would advise monks not to cut down trees. Vanam chindutama rukkam, vanato jayati bhaya, chetva vanancha vanachanta nibbata udviko. Buddha said, vanam chindata, destroy the forest, but don't cut trees. And forest here means defilements, but trees are not defilements. So let the trees be there, don't cut them. And he really likes the forest. And then he spoke in praise of forest dwelling. In the past, there were bhikkhus, and they practiced this. And then they were very happy to go on alms round, taking his alms bowl and go from house to house to collect food. They did not cook, they did not have provision in their temples. This is how they practice. This is another ascetic practice. Not that Buddha wanted every bhikkhu to go on alms round. Sometimes if people invite them to their homes, they can go there. But those those who like to practice ascetic practices can go on alms round to receive food from people. They were rag robe wearers and spoke in praise of wearing rag robes. Rag robes means they go to cemeteries and collect worn out clothes which were used to wrap dead bodies and throw in charnel ground. Even though you don't see them happening now, Some people did this practice in the Buddha's time. So the monks were very humble and simple, living in forest. They would take permission of keepers of the charnel ground, or inform the police and so forth, so that they would not be charged for stealing something from the charnel grounds. So you speak to them and go there and then take this, with their permission, they take these robes. They seek permission only to go there, but they are permitted to collect thrown away pieces of cloth. They were triple robes users and spoke in praise of using the triple robes. Triple robes is under robe, upper robe, and then double robe. These are the triple robes. They were of few wishes and spoke in praise of fewness of wishes. They are not very luxurious living. They would be content. They will be happy to have very few things. They were content and spoke in praise of contentment. That's another practice. They are very content with whatever they receive. And the food, lodging, robes, medicine, and so forth, they were content. They were secluded and spoke in praise of solitude. As we mentioned several times, solitude is very important for practice, meditation practice, where there are not too many hustle-bustle activities and people movement and noises and so forth. It would be very helpful for developing meditation. Aloofness of society, and spoke in praise of aloofness from society. When they were engaged in social work, societies, it was difficult and energetic, and they were encouraged in that. Then, this is what happened. When the bhikkhu was forest dweller and spoke in praise of dwelling and so forth, when he was energetic and spoke in praise of energy, the elder bhikkhu would invite him many other bhikkhus, and he knows, the elder bhikkhu knows another monk. He may be elderly or he may be, he may not be known, but he would ask him, if we were practicing all these things, elder bhikkhus call him, come. What is this bhikkhu's name? What is your name? This is an excellent bhikkhu. In front of other bhikkhus, he praised him. This bhikkhu is keen in training. Come, bhikkhu, here is a say, sit down. So elderly bhikkhus invite him and give him a seat to sit down. Then it would occur to the newly ordained bhikkhus. Now there are some new monks, and they will watch this. It seems that when a bhikkhu is a forest dweller and speak in praise of forest dwelling and so forth, when he is energetic and speak in praise of arousing energy, the elder bhikkhu invite him to sit. They would practice accordingly, and that would lead to their welfare, happiness for a long time. So this is how newly ordained monks are encouraged to live a better monastic life. I would not say better, a very serious monastic life. And they would accept this, and they would like to be very, very honest, sincere, and practice this. That is how it happened in the past. The Buddha said that is how it happened in the past. That is how the dispensation of the Buddha thrived, prospered. More and more people came to practice that kind of life. And Buddha said, but now Kassapa, elder bhikkhus are no longer forest dwellers and do not speak in praise of forest dwelling. And he repeated the same 7 things, 8 or 10 things. They are no longer energetic and do not speak in praise of arousing energy. Instead of that, now it is bhikkhus who is well known and famous, one who gains robes, alms, lodgings, medicinal requisites, that the elder bhikkhus invite to sit, saying, "Come, bhikkhu, what is your name? This is an excellent bhikkhu. This bhikkhu is keen on the company of his brothers in the holy life. Come, come, bhikkhus, here is it. Sit down." So then it occurs to the newly ordained bhikkhus. It seems that when a bhikkhu is well known and famous, one who gains robes, alms, lodgings, and medicinal requisites, the elder bhikkhus invite him to sit. They practice accordingly, and that leads to their harm and suffering for a long time. Now, newly ordained ones do not want to follow the ancient path. They want to follow the new path, modern path, popular way. And they become very social and do not want to meditate, do not want to live in a forest, do not want to go on alms food. They want to become famous. They will give Dhamma talks in songs, Kavibana, in whole singly Kavibana, or they would joke and then become, very popular. They can become politicians and go after politicians, follow politicians, and they have big cars, big temples, large properties, and they have all kind of luxurious things, and they are famous. When they have all luxurious things, they are famous. Actually, this is what is happening now. Those who are living in kutis, in forest, going on arms round, collecting food, living very simple, humble life, not too many people know about them. People don't talk about them. But those who are very popular in many other ways, they are famous. And therefore, young ones, when they receive ordination, they also want to be very popular, famous, have more luxurious things. And Buddha said that leads to their harm and suffering for a long time. They become monastics to shorten their sansaric life, and reduce their harm, reduce their suffering. But when they ignore the traditional, real monastic life, then they will invite trouble. They are not very happy. They will not lead to happiness or peace. If Kassapa, one speak rightly, could say, those leading the holy life have been ruined by the ruination of those who lead the holy life. Now they destroy their holy life, noble life, pure life, simple life, and they destroy the opportunities. Once you become a monastic, you become monastic seeing the difficulties, problems in lay life, they decide to become monastic, renounce the world. And now, after renouncing the world, they're going to be very luxurious. Of course, in modern time, there are certain things that we have to use. For instance, now we are using this Zoom talk. If this modern technology is not used, our sharing Dhamma with other people would be very much limited. Now, many thousands of people can listen to this Dhamma talk, and then they can put them into practice, not monastic, but even lay people. The facilities we can use. These facilities are provided by people for the monastics to use for the benefit of those who offer these things. The lay people offer these things, and using this as a means of sharing them, they can use it. And still, they should not forget to listen to advice. The monastics should not forget to listen to advice. They should not forget to forget to live as simple life as possible on their own, without having too many possessions. They always should try to practice meditation, so that their delivery of Dhamma will be according to the Buddha's teaching. They don't teach their own things, ignoring the Buddha's teaching. They always must refer to the text, original text. At least they must do this much service. And if they make mistakes, they must, if somebody correct them, they must be humble enough to correct themselves and receive advice without any anger or resentment. Humbly they must accept the advice. And those leading the holy life have been vanquished by the vanquishing of those who lead the holy life. So, this is the Buddha said to Venerable Mahakassapa. It is thus that one should rightly say this. So those who really want to practice Dhamma, practice meditation, and live according to the Buddha's teaching, they must be humble enough to receive advice and listen to Dhamma, improve themselves and teach the Dhamma. And if possible, they try, even in today's with all this modern technology and so forth, wherever they can, they must try to follow the Buddha's teaching. And newly ordained bhikkhus, according to this discourse, should be encouraged to follow those paths, those practices, as much as they can. And they must learn only when elderly monks practice, then the new monks will follow the example. And that when Buddha said, Sabba gava vankang yanti nette vankagate sati, Sabbang gava ujunganti nette ujugate sati. When leader goes crooked and then ask the followers to go straight, they won't do that. Just like a crab asking baby crabs to go straight, while mother crab going sideways. Sabbagava ujunganti nette ujugate sati. When the leading cow goes straight, the other cows following the leading cow also go straight. And therefore, those monks who follow the what you call ascetic practices encourage others to practice ascetic practices. And therefore, in this series of talks, I like to spend more time on Venerable Mahakassapa. Mahakassapa was praised by the Buddha, and Mahakassapa was, even though he was not the Buddha, he was praised by the Buddha in many ways, and Buddha himself put Venerable Mahakassapa on the same pedestal. I repeat this again and again because not too many people know about Mahakassapa, and therefore, and also Buddha was so humble, no conceit, no pride whatsoever. That is why he was able to praise his student, disciple. Mahakassapa was the Buddha's disciple, and this disciple Buddha put on his own, in his own level, by telling him that either you advise them or I advise. And therefore, this is another important thing to remember. All right, friends, I will give another talk tomorrow, maybe on the same line. It's a different topic, and instead of answering questions. And I hope this will be enough for today's Dhamma talk, and let us spend. Today we have about half an hour. Okay. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, long or large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. As the mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment, whether standing, walking, sitting, lying down, or when awake. One should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision, removing desire for sensual pleasures. One comes never again to birth in the womb. With this, let us meditate. We have exactly 30 minutes to meditate. By means of these meritorious deeds, may I never join with the foolish. May I join always with the wise, until the time I attain Nibbana. May the suffering be free from suffering. May the fear-struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all beings be. From the highest realm of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be from suffering, nothing to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent. Okay, today, this is the end of today's session. And where is this? I want to okay. Yeah. All those who are in hospitals suffering from various diseases recover very soon and attain, practice Dhamma, practice meditation, and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May all the doctors, nurses, hospital staffs taking care of these people also find time to practice Dhamma, practice meditation, and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May all who have lost their loved ones may still be grieving, may they be free from grief and practice Dhamma, practice meditation and liberate from samsaric suffering. May all those who are in trouble spots, in war zones, poverty-stricken, discriminations, and so on, also find to understand the nature of Dhamma through the practice of meditation. They may try to overcome their own defilements and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May all those who are in the northern direction, northeastern direction, eastern direction, southeastern direction, southern direction, southwestern direction, western direction, northwestern direction, up and down below us, may all of them be well, happy, and peaceful. Finally, may they all attain Nibbana. All right, friends, this is the end of today's session. We see you tomorrow at the same time. Okay?
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you for teaching us,
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank you,
Sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu,
Many
sadhu.
blessings.
Uh,
Thank you.